Next, we have Dr. Leverett presenting on behalf of the English Language Arts Department.
Thank you, Mrs. Williams. So these are evidence-based indicators of effective reading look-fors. So when we talk about reading, there are 5 components: phonics and phonemic awareness, fluence, comprehension, and vocabulary. These are very key to, and they're universal. So any classroom that you go in, this is what we're going to be looking for. As Mrs. Williams said, when we conduct our walkthroughs, we should be seeing evidence of phonics, phonemic awareness, fluency, comprehension, and vocabulary. So let's take a look at some evidence-based indicators of effective reading instruction and also assessments. So I just want to point out to you these strategies: the think aloud and the read aloud, the shared reading, the interactive read aloud, the guided reading, and the conferring with students. And then if you look at the next slide in your packet, and then I'll take us back to the reading instruction, but I want you to see how these strategies are correlated with reading and math. So these look-fors that we see in reading, I'm sorry, they should also be present in writing. So this slide, it's the same think aloud as a write aloud: shared writing, interactive writing, and guided writing. So let me go back to the reading instruction. So what is a think aloud? It's when teachers are modeling, and throughout these, in the mini lessons, teachers are modeling throughout. They're modeling in the writer's workshop, they're modeling in the reader's workshop. And that's what we want to see happen. We want to see the gradual release of responsibility, where the teacher teaches to the entire class, she breaks it down into small groups, and then the expectation is that the students move towards to independence. So this is where the teacher is doing a think aloud during reading for the students to show students how a skilled reader constructs meaning of complex text. The shared reading, that's an interactive experience. The interactive read aloud with the literature discussion, where students are engaged in partners. So when we walk into the classrooms, we expect to see students talking to each other and conferring and challenging one another's thinking. The guided reading and the conferring with students, that goes a little bit deeper, and that's what Ms. Dean was talking about when we talk about what are the interventions for students. Well, this is where you may walk into a reading classroom and you see the teacher with 3 or 4 students in a group, really breaking down those essential skills that I talked about on the first slide with the phonics, the phonemic awareness, the vocabulary, and the comprehension. That's where you're going to see it on a larger scale with the whole group. But when we talk about student intervention, you'll see that in guided reading. Same thing for the writing instruction. When we see a write aloud, that's where the teacher, so if we expect our students to write, we need to have our teachers writing and showing our students how that looks. So this is what it's talking about. If I'm a teacher and I'm standing in front of the students and I'm writing a narrative, then I'm going to think aloud and write it out in front of the students so that they can see how that structure looks, so that it's visible and it's concrete, because we know our students are visible learners. Same thing here with a shared writing. The teacher and the students will construct a writing piece together. The interactive writing as well as the guided writing, where then the teacher is calling the students up and they're conferring about their writing instruction. Now, where does all this fit with our blueprint for turnaround? With the district turnaround network and the building turnaround network, this falls under our instructional infrastructure, and for the building turnaround network under instructional leadership routines as well as teacher collaborative routines. We are excited, and we will come to you at a later date and talk to you more about the development of the district turnaround network with the building turnaround network, which turned into the leadership partnerships that we have at the district level with buildings. They are some powerful partnerships, and we are focused on instruction, and we expect to see our NWEA scores continue to trend in an upwardly direction. There is one last thing that I wanted to share with you, and this was an email that we received from Julia Blaszewski. Dr. Blaszewski is our Deputy Consent Agreement Consultant, and she sent us an email that said, "Hi, team. You may have already looked at how this year's fall to winter RIT gains compared to last year's gains for the same period. If not, the table below summarizes the results. In short, looks encouraging. Nearly all grade levels are at a higher RIT for winter 2017 compared to winter 2016 in both reading and math, as you've seen the data shared with you this evening by Ms. Dean. Also, students in nearly all grade levels have experienced greater gains during the fall to winter time period in 2017 compared to 2016, based on NWEA observed fall to winter growth variable. Let's keep up the momentum and carry this through to the end of the school year." And that was from Dr. Blaszewski. We've got work to do, but we are really excited about the direction that we're headed in. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. We do have, yes, first of all, yes.